Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be ranking the best rubies in NBA 2K26 MyTEAM here on this tier list. I put together a list of about 35 of the best rubies in the game to go through and rank in today's video. It's not a unbelievably deep list. There are like 300 rubies in the game. I went through and picked out most of the good ones. I may have missed a couple here and there. There's a bunch of bad ones, to be fair, and there's a bunch of just like randoms as well who just are kind of like just like nothing cards. A lot of filler there. So I tried to pick out mostly the good ones and the big names. I may have missed some. I do apologize. But I'm going to be going through all the tiers this week and going through and doing this for each tier, at least with non-hidden gem cards. I'm not including hidden gems on these tier lists. I did hidden gem specific tier lists for each tier already. So with that being said, before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Mario Chalmers is going to be the first ruby on this list, and he's a very good one. Now, he's only 6'2". That's his biggest flaw, is that he's small at the point guard position. His jumper is solid. His slashing is nice. His badges are spectacular. He's got like 23 gold badges as a base ruby. He's very, very complete. And I think he is a pretty good defender too. He's just only 6'2". So he is undersized, but I think when you compare him to the other point guards in this list, he's one of the better. Well, these are the best rubies, so you got to keep that in mind. This is not, there aren't a lot of bad cards in this list. There are a few, but there aren't a ton. So I think I'm going to go B with him. Deshaun Stevenson is a pure 3-and-D, mid-80s speed, shooting, defense, pretty much. A good jump shot. I think he's only like 6'5", so he's not huge, but he does have a good shot, and he's going to be a good 3-and-D. He's a pure 3-and-D. He's a good card, but he's not insane. This Rafe LaFrentz, I think, is A tier. He's only 69 speed, but he has an awesome jumper. He's one of the best pure stretch bigs in the game. 69 speed is not crazy. I don't know if there is a single S tier Ruby big man on this list, because I actually think he might be the best of the Ruby big men. So do I put him in S tier just off of that though? Because he's only 69 speed, but he is actually decent defensively, and he's got a really good jump shot. You know what? He's the best center on the list. I think the best card on the list at your position should probably go S tier. So Rafe LaFrentz might be a low S tier, but he's an S tier nonetheless. James Posey is also an S tier, a 6'8" small forward with extremely well-rounded stats and badges. He's got a good jump shot. He is really, really complete. He slashes well, he shoots well, he defends well, and he's got just extremely well-rounded stats and badges for an amethyst, for a ruby, with good size at his position as well. I think he's really good. D'Anthony Melton's a little bit bigger than Mario Chalmers. Also, I think maybe a little more movement, not quite as complete badge-wise though. I am thinking I should probably move Mario Chalmers up. His badges are so complete, and he's only an inch shorter than Melton. I think on paper he's better. They're both A tier. They're good cards. D-Book, I would love to have this card high on this list. Offensively, he is spectacularly fun to use. I don't actually think he's D tier because he's so solid offensively. Great jumper, fun movement, elite fade, but I think C is as high as I can go because defensively he's a liability, and he obviously doesn't have the completeness stat and badge-wise of almost anybody else in this list. Malik Sealy is not spectacular in terms of on paper, but he is pretty good. He's a 6'8" two guard as well, and he's got a good jump shot. 88 speed, 83 ball, 85 driving dunk is very, very well-rounded, and again, defensively a little bit low on the interior, but 6'8" with good badges. This is another really well-rounded card, 19 gold badges. I think he's probably A. I'm not sure I'd go S. He's close, but his jumper is good. He is 6'8". The low interior is a little annoying. Let's see. Is there another shooting guard on this list that's better than him? That is again, that's the question. Is he the best shooting guard on the list? The answer is yes. He's the best shooting guard on the list. Therefore, he is an S tier. Wilt Chamberlain, D tier, 60 speed, 23. Look, Wilt's higher tier cards are beasts, but I'm sorry, Ruby Wilt, the only reason I included him on this list is because of name value at the end of the day. There are a few guys like that on this list, and Wilt is a D tier card. I think Jaime Jaquez, he's only 6'6", a small forward, and again, he's pretty much a pure 3-and-D, but he's got a good jumper, he's got pretty solid stats and badges. He's not insane, I wouldn't go higher than B, but I think he's a solid gems to the game card. Marcus Gasol, I wish he had higher than 40 speed. Despite having 40 speed, I'm still gonna put him in B tier because he's a good shooter and a good inside defender. 40 speed is really low, but you don't have amazing big man options at the Ruby tier, so I think he's gonna be one of them. Cody Zeller, by the way, is really, really solid. He is the only big who I think is kind of close to Rafe LaFrentz. Decent jumper, and he's got like 70-something speed as well, and he's a pretty big center. I actually think he's one of the better Ruby Wild Gems bigs, and he's probably actually, besides LaFrentz, he's probably the best, to be totally honest. Jay Crowder is very similar to Jaime Jaquez. Another pure 3-and-D wing, good shot, good defense. That's about it. Doesn't have great size. I think he's also only 6'6". So again, solid but not ridiculous small forwards in B tier. Kurt Thomas isn't bad. He's got 79 speed as a big. This card is actually, I mean, is he A tier? I don't know. That might be pushing it a little bit. This card's not bad. He's only 6'9", so he's kind of small, but he's got 79 speed, 74 3, 80 standing and driving, 85 interior, pretty good inside badges. I wish wish he was a little taller because his jumper's actually pretty good too. Default swing is a good shot. I just think he's more of a power forward than a center, and 79 speed, 74.3 at power forward. It's like, he's not bad defensively, and he's got decent athletic ability. I think he's probably B, but I do think he's a pretty good card. James Harden, D tier. He plays no defense at all, and I mean at all. He's like a paper, like a maybe a wet piece of toilet paper in terms of how much defense he's going to play. Not much. D tier. 6'4", Austin Rivers. I do not believe that Rivers is the best point guard on this list, though, to be totally honest. Actually, he might. Dude, there's a lot of good point guards. I'm looking at this list. Actually, I kind of want to move DeAnthony Melton down. The more I'm looking at it with how loaded these point guards are, I think I'm going to, because he doesn't have the completeness that Mario Chalmers has, and I think Rivers is better too. Rivers is 6'4". He's got pretty complete badges as well. He's got a nice jump shot, got pretty good size at PG. I think he's a good card. Alonzo Mourning is also very solid. I'm gonna have to move Gasol down. That 40 speed holds him back too much, because Alonzo Mourning's better than Gasol. Doesn't have as good of a jumper, but he's noticeably quicker and more versatile in terms of just overall mobility. I think he's really good. Steph, as much as I'd love to put him in C tier because his movement's a blast, and that's the reason I put him on the list, is because he is a very fun Series 1 card to use. Offensively, he's a blast to use, even as a Ruby. Defensively, he's a total liability. Even more so than Booker. Well, they both are. I'm putting them both in D. Well, no, we got to have some C tiers. Maybe I put Steph in C tier too, just purely because offense. You know what? Screw it. They're fun to use, and they'll hold their own a little bit offensively, even against high tier cards. Put them in C tier. I don't care. Bob Sura, 6'5", good slasher at the PG spot. Will hit an open three. Solid defender. Again, really good. There's a lot of good PGs, and he's another one. Dude, they're all the same level. That's the biggest issue with the PG spot right now. All these guys are the same level of cards. So who goes in S tier? I don't know. Dario Saric, 69, 70 speed, good pick and pop jump shot, 6'11" big, not the best defender. I think he's a little weak defensively. Let's see, what are we looking at with Dario before I put him? 70 speed, yeah. And then 84 interior, 78 block. Rebounding's okay. It's not great. He could use a few more badges. Not the best finisher. He's going to be a little soft, but he's not going to be the worst. I think he's definitely B. I don't mind that at all. Magic. Magic is 6'9", and he can play point guard. He's not actually good at really anything, but he's 6'9" and he can play point guard. I think that by itself is enough to put him A tier, as dumb as that might sound. He has to be able to hit a wide open three occasionally, but I do believe he can do that. And with that being said, a 68 three ball is low, and he plays no defense, but he's 6'9". So like, does it matter? I don't know. Honestly, you look at this card and it's a weird card because on paper he sucks, but he's huge. And so how much does height matter? You know what? I'm going B. I don't think he's that good. Deshaun Stevenson actually is pretty. We have a lot of B tier guys, but I don't think I can move any of them down, to be totally honest. I think I gotta leave it like this. Markkanen's gonna go C. He's 7 foot at small forward, but he is like very slow, 60 speed, 60 D. The height is the only thing that really keeps him valuable and a good jump shot. Unfortunately, the lack of speed and stuff, even at his size, is just going to kill him. Kelsey Plum is only on this list because she's a free reward card that everybody gets through the Season 1 reward pass. She is not good at all. She's 5'8". She actually moves okay, and her jumper isn't bad, but she's 5'8". So there you go. Sharif Abdur-Rahim, I do believe, is a high A. I don't know if he's S, but he has a very solid jump shot, curry slide, and well-rounded stats and badges at the small forward position. Badges could be a little more complete, but they are good. I think he is S tier, honestly. I think he's really good. Dirk has like 40 speed and no defense at all. This card blows. It might be 30 speed, actually. He is terrible. Another one who's on here for name value only, honestly. KCP, I just dragged him the wrong place. Where does KCP go? He's another pure 3D, very similar to Deshaun Stevenson, honestly. Good jump shot, not the best defender. We have a lot of B tier cards. I just feel like this is too big of a B tier, but I don't want to move anybody up or down right now because I feel like the C tier is a gap below. So we might just have a massive B tier because I think KCP isn't quite elite enough defensively to go in the A tier, but his jumper's really nice and he's an okay defender. I think B is fair. Larry Hughes, is he the #1 PG? He might be. The reason I say that, this Ruby Larry Hughes is 6'5", just like Bob Sura. He's got 75 driving dunk. Sura's a little more athletic, but I think he's a little better shooter, and I think he's a little more quality defensively as well overall. Has like 19 total badges as a base card, which is not bad for Ruby either. His jumper's pretty decent. His movement looks okay. I think he's the best of the Ruby PGs. I think you can make an argument for a couple of them. They're all close, but I think I'm going to put him in S tier. Pippen. Man, Pippen's a 6'8" shooting guard with a great jumper and Pro 2 fade, but he's got like a 74 3 ball. He's still going to guard, even though not nearly as good as Pink Diamond. I don't think he's an insane card. I do think he's A tier. I think he's a little overrated, but I do think he's good. Ariza, 83, 80 defense, like 70 something speed, 80 dunk. I think he's like 83 defense and dunk. He is like what, 6'7" at small forward. I think he's a little worse than Jay Crowder and Jaime Jaquez probably. This card doesn't have insane badges or anything. I think I need to have a bigger C tier. He feels a little too good for the C tier, but I think he probably is a little bit like a C tier guy on this list though, to be totally honest. Calbert Chaney, if he played a little more defense, I'd be so high on this card. I already think he's B tier. He's 6'7" with a really good jump shot, decent slasher, good speed. Shout out Jay Swavey. He found this card last year, back when I think he was a Gems of the Game card in 2K24, and he was really good back then. And I think he's still very good, honestly, for a Ruby this year as well, with his jumper and solid athleticism and good speed and all that. Solid defender as well. I think he's B tier. Michael Ray Richardson, yet another tall PG who doesn't do a ton, but he is good defensively. He's 6'5", and he's got a solid jumper. He's only got like a 68 3-ball, but his jumper's good. Definitely better than like a Magic Johnson. I think he's another A tier. Jabari Smith is going to go C for me. He's like 60 something speed, and he's not a great defender, but he's a really good shooter, and he's a pretty good dunker at the big man spot. I think him and Ariza are probably the two best C tiers, but I think they do have to go C tier on this list because of how stacked it is. And then Paul George is a great slasher, solid shooter, or very good shooter still, great defender. I mean, he's Paul George. He's an underpowered version of Paul George, but I think he's a less underpowered version of Paul George than, for example, Scottie Pippen is as a version of Scottie Pippen. Like, I do think he's an S tier guy on this list, and I think he deserves that spot. So this is my tier list. I know we have a massive B tier, but I just don't think any of these guys deserve to be lower or higher than this. So I think that's just going to be a big B tier. Oh, I forgot about Wemby. Wemby has like, I mean, I'm sorry. If you're using Wemby, you're just using him because like people use free agent Wemby all the time. But if you're using a 25 speed, 63 ball center, like I understand he's 7'4" and I could technically kind of shoot 63, but 25 speed for me is just, I'm not using it. You know what I mean? This card is free agent, whatever. I'm not using him. So he's going to go D tier for me as well. That being said, this is the tier list, y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.